Hey, what is going on, you guys? I'm James from Reptiles. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how you can quit your job breeding reptiles. Now, this is going to be something I know a lot of people want to know about. It's a lot of people want to do themselves, right? And it's something I'm kind of in the transition of doing myself, and I'll explain more of that in a little bit. But there's a lot that goes into this, and it does take a lot of time and a lot of work. It's not anything that happens fast. Reptiles is a slow, monotonous process, right? But first I want to shout out my buddy Sam at Dark Reptiles. He is awesome. He's this little Swedish kid. He's doing great. He's making his own business out of it, and he just started posting videos again. He's been going through his own stuff, but I would love if you guys check him out. His channel will be linked in the description below. Let's get right into it. Now, personally speaking, I think that at some point in everyone's life they should at least try working for themselves, or maybe a commission-based job where they can work, and the amount of work they do determines how much they get paid. Now, reptiles is a lot the same, right? Depending on how much work I want to do, that's how many I can produce and how many I can sell potentially. So it's something you can start from any point in your life. Like I said, Sam's a kid. He's, I think he's only like 13, 14. I was into reptiles when I was his age. You can start it now. I've seen people start it when they're 45. Reptiles is a great way to beat that 9 to 5. And really, you can do it with anything, right? Whatever your hobby is. Personally, I think that's what you guys should be working in, either that field or in your own business, right? I worked a couple different reptile jobs, but a lot of it is just figuring out what you love, right? So I originally started with crested geckos, and I absolutely loved them. And now I've got, 7 or 8 adult breeders, and they produce me eggs every year. Well, I'm moving into more of the expensive stuff, the lily whites and all that. If I have 2 breeder female lily whites and I'm getting at least 6 lily whites a year, or six eggs from each a year, that could potentially pay my rent right there, right? If I'm breeding my blue beauty snakes and she lays 10 good eggs like she did this year, and I'm selling them at $500 a piece, well, shoot, there's my car bill, right? You guys are seeing where this is going. It's easy to start supplementing everything. So, and I have a book where I write everything down. I write what I did that day. I write, if I sell something, this is what percentage goes to my bills, what percentage goes to my savings account, and all this fun stuff. And I think it's a great way to really keep track of everything. And so I'm not going to share my percentages with you guys, but if I sell a snake, so much of it goes to my income and so much of it does this. And I know if I sell a certain amount, I can actually stop working at my 9 to 5 job. I currently work at Amazon. I work the night shifts. I drive forklifts. I teach people how to drive forklifts, all that fun stuff. This is such a hobby, such a job at this point, where I can afford to work 4 days a week for 4/8. It makes enough money where I don't have to work 5 days a week. And I'm actually really close. I think this year I can be able to go down to 3 days a week. Now, I don't know if Amazon's going to be totally okay with that, but I can find a job that is. I can rearrange my schedule. I can figure out something else, and eventually go down to 2, and eventually, hopefully not 1. Hopefully at that point I can just be done with it and just work with my business. Now, obviously I'm in a whole room. I don't think everyone's going to be able to do that, but what I started with is I started with animals just in my bedroom, right? I bred leopard geckos in my bedroom. I bred feeder insects. Feeder insects is a great one. I recommend this to everybody starting out. If we're taking a look at my mealworms, look at all these beetles. These beetles, it took me a long time to get here. You can definitely jumpstart that by buying mealworms just to pupate. I started with just a couple things in mealworms. Every once in a while I buy more and let them pupate. Here's all the, don't look at those ones are dying. Here's all the pupa. You can see they're already turning into beetles. And then here's where I let the worms pupate. This whole rack is $60. Bag of brand is like $25, which lasts me months. Paper towel roll tubes are obviously free. Carrots are like, I spend like $5 a week on carrots, maybe. So for $60 and a running cost of like maybe $50 a year, you can be producing at least 5,000 mealworms a month. And honestly, that can get you, $50, $60 a month, easy. If we're looking at the Dubia, right? These are great ways because along with the mealworms, the Dubia don't take any space and they barely take any time. Everything that you see here, I set up for less than $60, and you know, if I wanted to spend $100, I could get like the heat mat and all that and put it on here, and they breed crazier. And you can sell the Dubia all day. This tub will probably make me at least $40 a month. Just this one tub, right? And it's the easiest thing in the world. And then what you do is you take that money and you reinvest it. You don't take that $40, you don't go out, you don't, you know, buy a nicer car, whatever. You don't buy yourself a new phone. You go out, you get a second tub, and you breed more Dubia. And once you've got enough Dubia, you get into something like leopard geckos. And once you're doing a bunch of leopard geckos, you can start to buy the expensive ones. So here's one thing a lot of people I know don't think about. A normal leopard gecko and a black knight leopard gecko both cost about $15 to raise up. Now, if you're going to sell a normal gecko for $30, you'd only make $15 profit. You sell a black knight for $1,000, you make $985 profit. Now, I'd rather work with black knights. I don't know about you guys, but they're definitely hard to get into something like that, right? That's why we work up. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I am pretty close. I'm a year or two away from quitting my job, and I'm pretty happy about that. I'm already slowly transitioning, right? Like I said, I personally take a day off every week. I come in here, I work on my videos for you guys, I work with my animals, I go out and ship animals. I'm shipping out some corn snakes this coming week and a leopard gecko, and you know, I'm going to breed more leopard geckos this year. Now, I'm always buying more racks, buying more thermostats, buying into new projects. But as I buy more and more, it becomes easier and easier. Let's say you have one leopard gecko project and it makes you $200 a year. Well, if you take that $200 and buy a second project, you have 2 projects making $200. Then it gets easier, right? Now you're making $400. Maybe you can pocket $100 and use the other 3 for a more expensive project. And then the next year you're making $700. Well, maybe you pocket another $100 and use the $600 to buy a whole new thing. And it just goes on and on. And really, I think a lot of people buy in too quick. This is something I see a lot. So you see, I have 2 leopard gecko racks. That's because I produced that many babies last year. This rack was half full of females. It's almost double that this year, right? It's almost double what I had last year. So I'm going to be producing a lot more geckos, almost twice as many. And to me, that's actually really scary because there's only so many people buying leopard geckos, but I think I can handle it. Now, I know a lot of people will buy, you know, pairs and trios and whole collections, and they spend 20 grand on a bunch of snakes or on geckos, and they fill up their whole house, and when they start having babies, they have hundreds and hundreds of babies at once, and they don't know what to do with it. So I really think that building up like a community and a customer base is really important for reptiles. People have to know who you are before they spend a bunch of money, right? I have a lot of people know who I am. They're comfortable coming and buying black knights from me, and they know that I have really good stuff and I sell really healthy animals. I have perfect reviews on MorphMarket, and if anyone ever has a question and they're regarding my reliability, I just send them there. Now, why would you want to quit your day job to do something like reptiles? Well, this only really works if you like reptiles, right? If you're into racing cars, you can do it racing cars. There's always a way to do it, right? There's always some way to do it. If you're into photography, you can sell your photos. If you're into videos, you can edit videos for people. You can make your own videos. You can do all this stuff. But the reason you would want to do this is because, one, potentially it takes less time to do the stuff, so you get more time to relax. Maybe breeding snakes, if you broke it down, it doesn't always work out right because, you know, there's a lot of seasonal stuff with snakes. But if you broke it down, maybe you're only working 6 hours a day instead of usually 8. You don't have a boss hounding you. You don't have this. You don't have that. Maybe you'll make extra one year. Maybe you have potential to grow bigger. One of the big ones for me is it's something I love, right? I don't enjoy particularly going to work and just moving boxes for people. I would love to be in here in my reptile room, hanging out with my geckos, feeding everything, you know, making videos, watching YouTube videos while I work. It's a lot easier and a lot less strenuous, and I have a lot more fun doing it. So I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather work for myself than for somebody else. Now, how do you get started selling your animals? Now, you guys know I breed my cresteds, I breed my mealworms, I breed my fish, I breed my leopards, I breed my corn snakes, I breed my dubia. Where do I sell all this, right? How do you get started? Now, this is one of the reasons it's really important to start out slow. If you start out slow and you take your time, you will start to meet people in the community and they will help you and show you who to sell to. So let's say you start with dubia. You breed dubia. One big place to sell feeder insects is Facebook. Remember this, people. Facebook Marketplace. Feeder insects sell so well on Facebook. Start with dubia. Start with one colony, and every month someone comes back to you and they buy the same amount. Well, eventually you buy a second tub. You're producing a little bit more. You ask them, hey, do you need more? You ask if they have any friends that are into reptiles. Maybe you post that you have more available on Facebook. And then you're breeding enough and you're selling to a couple people, and you know, maybe a store wants to buy your dubia, or maybe you branch into something like leopard geckos, and now you have these 3 or 4 people you might be able to sell leopard geckos to, but maybe you have extra, so then you post on MorphMarket. I post my geckos on MorphMarket. That works the best for me. I do love local sales. They're easy. But once you're on MorphMarket or you're selling to a store, it's really easy because you have that reputation, right? If you want to get into crested geckos, it's really easy to add that. Next time you go to the store and you sell them a couple of leopard geckos, you go, hey, I have some baby crested geckos available. If you're interested, I can bring you some in and you can sell them. And if they sell well, more than welcome to buy more from me. And then maybe you're selling someone dubia. Well, maybe they got a bearded dragon and they just picked up a leopard gecko. If you're breeding mealworms, it'll be really easy to also sell them mealworms. And then, you know, someone comes over for $20 worth of dubia. Now you're also selling them $15 worth of mealworms. So it's a slow process, right? Walmart didn't open its doors one day and all of a sudden everyone went to Walmart. Walmart started as a very small store. Same with everything. That's how everything starts. I think everything takes time. You know, there are those couple people that get really lucky and they blow up right away and everyone knows about them. But if it's my opinion, I think it's best to start slow, and you can definitely watch yourself grow really fast. But that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it kind of, you know, opened your eyes to the possibilities. Like I said, whatever you want to do, if you're into reptiles, if you have any questions about breeding or selling or starting your own business, definitely message me on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you have a different hobby and you're not sure how to make it work, let me know. If you got a passion you want to follow and you need help, you let me know. I will help you as much as I possibly can. With that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All that definitely helps out the channel. I'd appreciate it greatly, you guys. But anyway, have a good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I think it's coming out at 9 a.m. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Alright, so we're currently missing 16 cards. I'm just going to grab 2 packs from the top. Yeah, like I said, we're looking for gift cards. We're looking for 16 that we're missing. Any cresteds, leopards, or blue tongues, I have a lady that wants to buy them. Anything else? If you guys want to buy packs, they're $5. If you want to buy a case, and I said 60 bucks if you want, not including shipping and all that. But yeah, you can also buy my extra cards if you want. If you're looking for specific ones, if you want to buy a pack, let me know. I can do like a 10 random pack, and I'll give it to you guys for a good price. See, I will keep my list of ones I don't have. So we have that guy. We don't have the rhino viper. That's a pretty cool picture, actually. Don't have a berm. 86. We do not have. We're in a lot of ones we don't have. Have that. Don't have the sailfin. Sailfins are beautiful. We got the monkey-tailed skink, we got the giant centipede, and we got the mata. So already another 4 we didn't have, so we're cutting it down real quick. Oh, I know we don't have this one. American alligator. got the eyelash viper. We just saw that guy. We got the ball python. We got that one. We got that one. We got that one. We got that one. And we got all those. But hey, there's 5 more we didn't have. And I think that takes us down to 11 we don't have. So I love those numbers.